Do you want to say your name and what army you play?
I'm Jay and I'm running Grand Cafe.
And how did the day go for you yesterday?
Not as well as I'd hoped, but all fun games. So really enjoyed all three.
What were you most scared of with your opponent's army out of all the games you played?
Vampire counts, I hate them.
Did you play just one vampire counts or was there more
Didn't
than
yesterday,
one?
but I got one this morning, so I'm not looking forward to that.
What kind of tips and tricks do you have for either the tournament or just the way you play?
I'm still getting to grips with this army, so it's a case of I can't really say until I get a proper feel of it. So I've only played them before this about 3 or 4 times.
Oh, okay.
So it's still getting used to this army myself. So
have you kind of tested the list you were playing then?
only about 3 times before the actual tournament, so
Right.
it's probably not enough, but
But you've only brought one balloon.
yeah. So it's not super cheesy, but it's still been fun to play.
Yeah. What made you only decide to bring one balloon?
I didn't want to go over the top with it. So
So want to have a bit of a fun game?
Yeah. So I've enjoyed it though, so it's been a lot of fun.
And how did you get into Old World? Because I know you mentioned before that you have been into it from a while ago, of the 8th edition. You played a lot. So how did you get into Old World?
I've always been interested in fantasy in general, and I just took the plunge about 20 years ago into gaming, so
Yeah.
and just enjoyed it ever since. And when it's come back out, I was like, yeah, I'm getting back into it.
Yeah. And what made you choose Cathay as your army for this tournament?
That was a hard question actually, because when it came out, I wanted to run them when I knew they were coming out.
Yeah.
And then it's a case of like, well, I'm going to run them. This tournament's coming up, so I might as well play them in this tournament.
Yeah.
So
And what are you most looking forward to today?
a win,
who are you up
hopefully.
against first?
Vampire counts first.
Okay, there seems to be a lot of vampire counts.
Yeah, there's a lot in this tournament. So a win would be nice, but as long as I enjoy both games, I'll be happy with that.
Do you want to say your name and what army you play?
So I'm Adam and I'm playing Vampire Counts.
And how was your day yesterday?
1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. So not too bad. Finished on a win, which is good.
Oh, that's good.
Big win, so I'm happy with that. Sat 26th at the minute, so much better than I was expecting to be doing, to be fair.
Okay, is this your first tournament or have you been to other tournaments?
About my 3rd or 4th for Old World now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so not too bad doing competitively.
What were you most scared of in terms of your games yesterday?
It was more just trying to find a way to keep my general alive, because obviously if I lose that, I lose my whole army.
And what kind of tips and tricks do you have in terms of tournaments or just playing the game?
To be honest, not too many. I just sort of go with it and hope for the best, and just if it happens, if it works out, it works out.
Yeah,
And
just roll a bunch of dice kind of thing.
Take the chance on long charges.
Yeah. And what are you hoping for today? What's your first matchup against?
Against Wood Elves, so I'm hoping to get a win. I've got a lot more models of domination, control in the centre, so which I tend to do quite well as an army.
Well, good luck for the rest of the day. Do you want to say your name and what army you play?
Yep, I'm Loui. I've been playing Vampire Counts. Yeah.
How did the day go for you yesterday?
Terribly. I lost all 3 games, but I did enjoy it. It was good fun.
Who are
I
you
had
up
some nice
against?
matches.
So what kind of armies?
So my first match was against Wood Elves.
Okay.
We had quite an interesting list. You had some of like the Age of Sigmar models, and they were really like beautifully painted. You had some like Warhawk riders, a big dragon with like a wood elf on top, and then he had quite a few like sort of scouts and the glade dudes and a lot of pesky archers that were quite fast moving and hard to sort of keep up with really, but it was a good game.
So what were you most scared of yesterday out of all of your opponent's armies?
Let's see, who did I? So my last game was Ogres, which just turned into sort of a bit of a slugfest. There wasn't anything I was particularly scared of there. We couldn't really kill each other's units. We were just locked in combat for like 5 turns.
Yeah.
The second game, I'm trying to think who I was against now. I was against Nolan.
Oh yeah.
I think it was.
So quite a tough matchup.
I think it's Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had so many outriders, and they were pretty scary to be honest, just because none of my units could keep up with them, and they were firing like sort of 24 shots into like my Blood Knights, and it was a bit scary to be fair.
So what are you hoping for the rest of the tournament in terms of either playing an army or like win, loss?
Yeah, so I'm still like pretty new to the hobby. If I can get 1 win out of all 5 games, I think I'll be happy.
Okay. And how did you get into Old World?
Pretty much through you and Richard, really.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I used to play 40k and a little bit of Age of Sigmar, and I did want to play Fantasy when I first got into 40k, but that was just about when they stopped the game itself. So I was looking to get back into Warhammer after that sort of almost like a 5-6 year break, and obviously I knew you and Richard played Old World, so I thought it'd be good to get into a game where I could play with some mates. Yeah.
And then my last question is, what kind of tips and tricks have you got either for this tournament or just learning the game in general?
So, like I said, I'm still pretty new, so I'm still learning quite a lot myself. If you can have some sort of like reasonably fast-moving necromancer with like supporting your blood knights, they can tank pretty much anything really. As long as you've got like one dude left, you can start resurrecting them, and they're just a pain in the ass to deal with. So yeah, that's pretty much my only tip. I've run 10 blood knights, so I kind of need to keep them safe. But that's the only thing I've really been I've focused on really.
Okay, well thank you, Loui, and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Matthew Clayton, Warriors of Chaos.
And how did the day go for you yesterday?
Went quite well. Went 2 wins and a loss.
Oh, amazing.
So it's going okay. Will be an interesting 4th round into Dwarfs.
Is that what you're up against, Dwarfs then?
Yeah. So it's going to be a nice, interesting match to see where I can get the points, because there's a nice little dwarf bunker that's going to hide a lot of the points.
Yeah.
So,
what were you most scared of yesterday? What were you up against yesterday then in terms of armies?
So I played a non-gunline list.
Oh, okay.
Some vampires and some high elves. And the list I thought I'd struggle most against, I actually did a lot better against, and I thought I ended up getting a win out of that.
Okay. What scenario was that one?
So that was the second scenario, the Headless
Horseman. Oh
Horseman.
yeah, right. That pops out of a terrain.
Yes. So, but I got quite lucky sort of turn 3-4 where I was able to get a charge on the Vampire General. And dragons tend to eat necromancers.
Yes.
So,
what other armies do you play? Or do you just have that one army?
I mainly play the Warriors of Chaos, but I've got a few different armies. But I've been playing with the Warriors of Chaos this year for tournament, so I've said I'll see them out to the tournament year. Yeah. And then move on to something new and more exciting.
So how did you get into Old World? Have you always been into it, or did you join when obviously it got
So I've always been into fantasy since I was about 10, 11.
Okay.
It was the first game I ever played. Started with High Elves. Got that nice £12 box. Oh yeah. Going back in the days.
When things were a bit more cheap.
Yeah. And then played it till End Times. Fell out for a bit, and then came back when Horus Heresy was sort of on the scene, and played a bit of Horus Heresy, and then when they announced Old World, I jumped on it like anything and spent far too much money. Yeah.
And the last question is, kind of what tips and tricks do you have in either in terms of tournaments or just playing Old World?
In terms of playing Old World, it's all about your movement. Watching arcs, looking at charge distances, what can you set up in terms of counter charges. I think the game's made or lost in the movement phase. Actually, anything else you do is all impacted by that movement phase.